in the circle with me today. So, this week marks our final week in our September journey through learning and knowledge. We have explored the beginner's mind, where we humbled ourselves to the magic of I don't know. We've walked the path of the witch, where learning becomes our living practice, and now we are standing at the crossroads between that knowledge and wisdom. So, today's theme: knowledge is power, but wisdom is better. We currently live in what is called the information age. Knowledge is everywhere, just a click, a scroll, or a voice command away, right? But here's the question. If knowledge alone is power, then why do so damn many of us feel powerless? Why do we drown in information yet still feel lost? Because information is raw material. Wisdom is the alchemy that transforms it. Think of a recipe book. Knowledge is the list of ingredients and the instructions. But wisdom is the cook who knows when to taste, when to adjust, when to break the rules, because experience whispers to us, that much salt is way too much for this. You know, when you're cooking and you're just adding spices and shit and you're just kind of throwing it in until that the voice of the ancestor says, that's enough, child. That is wisdom. So, let's ground this all into real life. Think about a time that you made a decision purely on facts. Maybe it was a financial choice, or maybe a relationship one. On paper it looked perfect, and yet it didn't feel right. Later, you probably realized why. That is knowledge without wisdom. Now, let's contrast that with a time your gut told you something different. The data you were looking at said go left, and your intuition said, go right. You listened, and it turned out beautifully. That's wisdom. That is Viveka in action. I just smacked myself in the mouth. All right. All right, y'all. Our Sanskrit word of the week captures this very beautifully. Viveka. Viveka means discernment, not judgment, but the subtle art of distinguishing what is true from what is false, what is lasting from what is temporary. It's the inner compass of yoga and witchcraft alike. In yoga, Viveka guides us to align body, mind, and spirit. In witchcraft, it teaches us to separate illusion from truth, glamour from reality. Without discernment, magic becomes superstition, and yoga becomes just stretching. With discernment, both of these become powerful tools for transformation. Let me share something with you guys from my own life. Many of you, especially those of you who know me in person, know that my middle child recently changed their name to Phoenix. And recently would be like, I don't know, a few years ago. But what a symbol, right? Rising from the ashes, becoming something stronger, truer, and more radiant. I did. At first, the intelligence brain went into overdrive, worrying about the paperwork, the logistics, the legal stuff. But wisdom told me to just pause, to listen, and to see the courage it took for my child to step into a name that reflects that rebirth and reflected them. They taught me, once again, that wisdom isn't about managing the details. It is about honoring that transformation, about choosing identity with discernment, even when the facts alone don't tell the entire story. That there is the alchemy of wisdom. I had to, also remind myself to not be mom in that case. To see my child as more of a peer, because this was their adult thing. They were doing it by themselves. This was their thing. And I had to aparigraha, not cling. Ow. Apparently my nose piece was kind of stuck to my nose. That didn't feel good. So, I do. So, how do we take this from idea to practice? Here are a few ways to grow wisdom in your own daily life. First, practice discernment. Ask, is this true? Is this useful? Who benefits if I believe this? Next, you want to listen to your intuition. Quiet the noise, all of the external noise, and trust the internal whispers. Reflect on your experience. Journaling, storytelling, even those simple pauses before rushing forward. Cultivate empathy. Step into another's shoes, because wisdom is never selfish. Seek out mentorship. Elders, teachers, ancestors. Learn from lived wisdom. My favorite, practice mindfulness. Stay present, see clearly, and act with intention. My head is screaming. These practices are not just spiritual. They are practical. They shape how we parent, partner, work, and walk in community. All right. Give me a second because I've got to get my head to stop spinning and screaming. But we're going to take a moment and do a practice together here. Let's take a few minutes here together. If you're able to, close your eyes. If you are driving or walking, please do not close your eyes. Just kind of soften your focus. Breathe in deeply and release slowly. Feel the space between your thoughts. Ask yourself, where in my life am I currently relying on knowledge without wisdom? Where do I need to practice discernment? What is my inner compass whispering right now? As you exhale, imagine releasing the noise, the endless scroll, the pressure to know it all. As you inhale, invite in clarity, compassion, and the spark of wisdom. All right, my witchlings. Wisdom is not a destination. It is adds to the cauldron. And this week, I invite you all to stir your own cauldrons of wisdom. Notice where and when facts alone just aren't enough. Lean into your intuition, your experience, your heart. Come hang out with me tomorrow night for guided meditation and Yoga Nidra Asana, where we are going to go even deeper into Viveka, learning how to sit with discernment in stillness. And as always, my darlings, you can find those details at the website yogawithdylin.com. Go check it out. Book one of my meditations, one of my yoga classes, or just find out where and when I'm going to be. And don't forget, this week, our word of the week in Sanskrit is Viveka. I was late getting it out this week, so I put it all up yesterday, and there will be more reflections on it through Saturday. So go check them out on all of the socials, and if you missed the post, you can catch up and keep following along. Check out the pinned comment. It will send you to my link tree, which has everything on it. Or if you're catching this later, my link tree is available in the channel's description, so go check it out. And thank you, my darling witchlings, for sharing this sacred half hour here with me in the cauldron. May your choices be guided ever by wisdom, and may you always find your own magic within. And now, my darlings, my witchlings, my loves, go out there and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness, because there is already way too much hate out there in this world. Please, let's try to be beacons of light and hope. Make sure your loved ones, human, scaly, furry, and feathered, know that you love them beyond measure, because you do not know when the last time you're going to see them will be, and I know that phone call sucks. Now get out of the house. Have a wonderful day filled with magic and love, and always, always remember that you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and you genuinely do have a purpose here. We love you so much, and I will see you all very soon. And Tooker says hi. I'll see you guys soon. I love you much. Namaste, Witchlings. Dookie to Took Monster. Hi, baby boy. Your subscription ensures you never miss a moment of mystical insight, especially if you ring that bell, for a deeper dive into exclusive content, behind-the-scenes glimpses, bonus blog posts, monthly rituals, and my weekly yoga classes. Consider popping over to Patreon and joining the coven there. If you're feeling particularly generous, a virtual coffee is always appreciated. This Gen X witch, raised on 80s vibes, thrives on caffeine and a dash of well-placed sarcasm. Are you seeking personalized guidance? Well, in that case, visit yogawithdylin.com to schedule a one-on-one yoga session where we can work together to restore balance and alignment to your mind, body, and spirit. I'm honored to craft meaningful rituals and services for all life's milestones. House blessings, cleansings, spiritual life coaching, and personalized tarot and pendulum readings are also available. Check out those offerings at dietheyogawitch.com. Don't miss out on your daily doses of divination. Tune in tomorrow for another episode, Monday through Saturday, same bet time, same bet channel, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. And there's even more enchantment to weave into your week. Join me for our weekly rituals. Sundays, let's all gather around the cauldron for coffee and cues with Di the Yoga Witch at 1:30 p.m. Pacific. Wisdom I've gathered over the last 3 decades. Thursdays, tune into Di the Yoga Witch podcast for a fusion of yoga and witchcraft designed to inspire and uplift. Friday and Saturday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Seattle time, we offer some unique experiences. Fridays are for relaxation and interconnection. We zen our way in veteran rants. I will be tackling current events that spark my passionate opinions, offering perspectives and suggestions for positive change.